That's what it's all about. WWE official Eddie Arango holding up that Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan, the defending Women's World Champion, defending against a longtime rival, Rhea Ripley. And Liv Morgan has had a lot to say about Rhea Ripley. She is looking to cause scorched earth. The bell has rung. This match is officially underway. And you can already feel the aura of this match. You can feel the energy, the hatred these two have for each other just by the look in their eyes. And Liv Morgan looking to weasel out early and go to the outside onto the floor. And early on, Liv Morgan is already showing her mind games that she's playing with Rhea Ripley. And I had mentioned earlier on tonight that this is going to be interesting when it comes to a fair one-on-one bout. When it comes to power, when it comes to outmuscling your opponent, Rhea Ripley would have this match in the bag. But a master player and a master manipulator in the form of Liv Morgan, you've seen what she can do. You saw her almost get in the head of Dominic Mysterio, and Dominic Mysterio almost fell for Liv Morgan's trap. But that's the thing. Liv Morgan has got the psychological games. She's got the mind games over Rhea Ripley right now. And the only thing it seems to be doing right now, as you can see the look in Rhea Ripley's face, is frustration in the eyes of the former Women's World Champion, the challenger. And every time Rhea Ripley gets back in the ring, Liv Morgan rolls out to the outside onto the floor. It's a little bit of cat and mouse, if you will. And Liv Morgan just mocking Rhea Ripley. Now Rhea Ripley was going to pretend like she was going to roll out. And a faked out Liv Morgan. Talk about a feint. That was one heck of a feint by Rhea Ripley. Uh-oh. And now Rhea Ripley has Liv Morgan right where she wants her with a wicked clothesline by Mommy. And now Rhea Ripley, what a clothesline from Rhea Ripley as Dominic Mysterio clapping and watching on with a smile on his face. And Rhea Ripley, as I mentioned, you know, the power that she has, she's now showcasing what she can do. She is showcasing her power inside the squared circle. But Rhea Ripley becomes even more dangerous when you find yourself outside of the ring. And now, high-fiving Dom, just like it was always meant to be, is Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. And all it's doing is now upsetting Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan now sent into the ring barricade by Rhea Ripley. What a thunderous chop to the chest of Liv Morgan. And Rhea Ripley bringing the fight, bringing the pain to Liv Morgan, driving Morgan face first into the steel steps, not once, but twice. And perhaps looking, and now gets her back in the ring. Maybe she was thinking third time's a charm. That's at least what it seemed to be. But Rhea Ripley decided, I'm going to get you back in the ring. This match can only end via pinfall or submission for Rhea Ripley to win the Women's World Championship back. That's the only way she can win it. She has to pin or submit Liv Morgan inside the ring. What a headbutt by Rhea Ripley. And a riptide. And a riptide on the turnbuckle. This is more than just about the championship. Rhea Ripley wants to get her revenge. And now Rhea Ripley looking for a second riptide. But countered by Morgan. Morgan gets out of harm's way. And it seemed that it was going to be all over right then and there. But Liv Morgan able to get out of harm's way. But mind games, Liv Morgan getting out of harm's way again. Rhea Ripley going face first into the middle turnbuckle. And now the champ looking to capitalize on the situation. Look at the way Rhea Ripley was sent in the corner. Rhea Ripley holding onto her shoulder. Did she just injure her shoulder again? Rhea Ripley just said it's out. Rhea Ripley saying, do not stop it. Rhea Ripley just said her shoulder's out. Her shoulder just dislocated. And you talk about the determination. Rhea Ripley is writhing in pain. This is heartbreaking for Rhea Ripley. All she wanted to do was find herself back in the WWE ring after being forced to relinquish her championship. And Rhea Ripley sent shoulder first into the steel. I mean, Liv has a game plan now. Rhea Ripley just gave notice of her weak point that her shoulder's now out. And this is a big turning point of this match. This is heartbreaking for Rhea Ripley, who wanted to come back and win her first big match back, win her title back that she never lost. And a kick out of 2 by Rhea Ripley. I mean, this is all unfolding in real time of Rhea Ripley dislocating her shoulder. Oh my God. Look at just the way she's stomping on the arm of Rhea Ripley. I mean, if you're Eddie Arango, I know Rhea Ripley told you not to stop the match, but look at the way that Liv Morgan just drove the shoulder of Rhea Ripley into the match. Matt, it's now going to stack up the challenger. And a kick out at 2 by Ripley, but the pain is inevitable. And the ending for Rhea Ripley looking to regain her championship is inevitable too, as Liv Morgan looks to inflict more and more pain. And you can hear the dueling back and forth. Let's go, Rhea. Let's go, Morgan. The let's go, Liv. Let's go, Rhea chants here in the sold out Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. We are live. Eddie Arango, in this moment, he's got to keep his finger on the pulse on what is going on. He is watching this thing closer than he already has. I mean, he is a top tier official here in the WWE, and he's watching this thing closely when it comes to Ripley's shoulder. Rhea with a huge kick to the face, and that'll buy herself a little bit of time. But you can hear Rhea Ripley writhing in pain. She is suffering right now, but she is pushing through. She is muscling through it. She's a one-armed warrior tonight. She said, "Oh, and Dominic took the bite. Dominic took the bullet for Rhea Ripley." Talk about love. And now Rhea had to use one arm to get Liv Morgan back in the ring. That would have been disastrous for Rhea Ripley if that suicide dive had connected. But Dominic Mysterio was there to save the day. And now Liv Morgan saying to bring it. Did Rhea Ripley just... that was wild. Rhea Ripley just popped her shoulder back into place. She just popped it right back in the joint. And you saw the face of Liv Morgan. She can't believe it either. That's insanity. Morgan staggered. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. It's not every day you see WWE superstars popping their shoulders back into place. And Rhea Ripley, I mean, that's all you could do to alleviate the pain, but it takes a lot out of you. 2 count. Yeah, it's ironic because Rhea Ripley's fellow Judgment Day member, partner, Finn Balor, suffered a similar shoulder injury, a dislocated shoulder when he faced Seth freaking Rollins in the Universal title inaugural match. That was SummerSlam 2016, scratch forward. 8 years later, and now Rhea Ripley popped her shoulder back into place, looking for Riptide, but Liv Morgan counters with a DDT, and Liv Morgan hooked the leg. This could do it. Oh, but Rhea Ripley able to kick out at 2. But what you can see right now are the emotions on Liv Morgan's face. She thought that was going to be enough. Let's take another look at this. Riptide that was countered into a tornado DDT. But despite popping the shoulder back into place and pushing it back in, it's still going to hurt. It's still going to be inflamed. Oh, what a spinning kick by Ripley. And now Ripley has that look in her eyes. And now Rhea Ripley. The Prism Lock is locked in. The Prism Lock is locked in. 1 arm to 2 arms. She is able to find enough strength to have this Prism Lock locked in. Will it be enough? And it rolls through. And again, Rhea Ripley gets sent shoulder first in the turnbuckle. And at this point, Rhea Ripley's shoulder, not 100%. But it is back in place. And that's the big difference maker in this match, is that she's able to get use out of her arm again, even if it hurts. What a crucifix bomb. Wait. Cover 2. Oh, but Rhea Ripley kicking out at 2.5. Armbar, looking for an armbar. But Rhea Ripley holding on for dear life, not to let go of the grip. She has her hands locked tight. And if Liv Morgan can get this armbar locked, you got to think Rhea Ripley can, as much as she's soldiered through this, may have to tap. But what you can see is that she's not able to get it. Rhea Ripley is just too powerful. How much does Rhea Ripley have left? You can see Rhea Ripley fighting for dear life now. All credit where credit's due. Rhea Ripley is really going through it right now, pushing herself to the absolute limit. But Liv Morgan, her strategy is knowing that the shoulder was dislocated, knowing that Rhea Ripley popped it back in. There's damage to the arm, even though Rhea Ripley has use of it again. But look at the power of Ripley picking up. Liv Morgan hooked the leg. We got a new champion, but no. Liv Morgan kicking out at 2. And the emotions in the eyes of Rhea Ripley, thinking, how am I doing this? Sometimes you just got to sit there and, wonder, how am I actually doing this? This is like literal superhuman strength. Rhea Ripley is like a real life superhero. The power she has, despite her shoulder being dislocated, and then having the power, pushing through the pain and popping it back in herself, popping her shoulder back in herself. That is absolute insanity. And a headbutt by Liv Morgan. The champion defiant as ever. Oh, now the arm on the rope. Liv Morgan. What is Morgan doing? She's going to grab a chair? Are you serious? She's going to get herself disqualified. She'll retain. She'll leave as champion if she hits Rhea Ripley with a chair. I mean, Morgan said her revenge tour ends with taking out Rhea Ripley. Trying to pop it back in. And again, trying to pop it back in, but it's very weak right now. And just kicked Liv Morgan right in the midsection. Yeah, this is going to do it. And going down for a riptide. Cathartic to say the least for Rhea Ripley. But now Rhea Ripley has a big choice to make. Does she want to get a revenge with a steel chair? Don't do it. If you do it, you don't leave as the women's world champion. You get disqualified. But now the emotions of her opponent are getting at the mind games. This is what I talked about, those mind games. Dominic stopping Rhea Ripley. Dominic saying to pin her. They should be applauding Dominic because Dominic's trying to help Rhea Ripley win the title. Morgan has kicked Ripley into oblivion. Rolls through. Oh! Ripley just kicked out of the oblivion. I thought that was it. It's not over. The Cleveland Browns Stadium unglued. They can't believe what just happened. They thought it was all over just like I did. Rhea Ripley would have been disqualified if she used the chair. What is this? Wait, what is this? What is this? What? Liv Morgan just retained the Women's World Championship. Did Dominic just help? This just seems like it's Saudi Arabia all over again. Like we're back at the King and Queen of the Ring premium live event. The same way Dominic accidentally helped Liv Morgan defeat Becky Lynch. The same situation happened tonight. But let's take a look at this. Telling Rhea Ripley she can't use it. And then Liv Morgan kicked Ripley into Dominic. The first oblivion to Rhea Ripley. Rhea kicked out of this one to everybody's shock. And then Dominic was there rolling the chair. And it seemed like it was perfectly placed to help Liv Morgan. Dominic had Eddie Arango's attention. It just seems exactly like what happened back at King and Queen of the Ring. And Liv Morgan, the same situation. Liv Morgan is still your women's world champion. What? Dominic just turned his back on Rhea Ripley and showed where his love lies. You can see Rhea Ripley, her eyes. She is... Talk about a scumbag. Rhea Ripley is heartbroken. And now it's all Dominic, Mysterio, and Liv Morgan. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour ended with a victory over Rhea Ripley and stealing Dominic Mysterio as well.